Have you noticed that when you walk into a supermarket, there's way too many options? And that confuses you sometimes? You don't know where to start, you don't know where to end? By the way, this is all by design. Supermarkets, grocery stores, department stores, malls are subjected to some of the most vigorous marketing research found anywhere in the world. The amount of think tanks and research institutions devoted to marketing, what they call behavioral economics, and manipulating the shopper to spend more time shopping. For example, by turning on happy music in the background. Studies say that if a store has music being played in the background, especially music that has a rather happy mood that reminds you of Christmas time and whatnot, that usually translates into an extra 15 to 20 minutes of shopping time, which means you'll be spending more money there, as opposed to having a shop that simply relies on the quality of its products. That's not good enough. They need you to stay more. They need you to spend more. They need you to buy more. That's why shopping carts, again, they've done studies about this. The size of shopping carts increase by about 20% every 10 years. Haven't you noticed that? Because the bigger the cart, or what you call a trolley, the bigger it is, the more you feel like you need to fill it in to justify why you went to shopping in the first place. Because if you only put 3 items in there, you kind of feel embarrassed. Or you kind of feel that you wasted your time by coming all the way here. So you have this sort of subliminal indicator that tells you you need to fill up more and more. You still have a lot more space left. Great minds are devoted to manipulating each and every one of you, making you do things despite you having no interest in doing them in the first place. That's why they put milk all the way at the end of the grocery store, even though it's one of the most popular products. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's hard to find the refrigerator where they put the milk in? Because they want you to go through the entire grocery store, the entire supermarket, and pick up more things along the way before you get there. It's cultural manipulation at its worst. Making you do things even though you had no interest. Making you buy things even though you didn't want them. Thousands of tools, mechanisms, tactics, strategies are employed to manipulate you, to fool you into doing things you're not supposed to. This is when it comes to marketing and shopping, let alone your cultural values. I'm involved in this project, which, if you don't know about it, you really should. And essentially, it's an online Islamic seminary with a unique twist. Number one, because it's online. It's very convenient. You can follow the classes live wherever you are. In fact, we have people in countries that I couldn't pinpoint on the map, from South America to across the entire planet. So it's very convenient in that sense. And there is classes that have been customized for a Western community that gives them basically what they need, as opposed to the things that may not necessarily be of benefit to them that are traditionally taught in the Islamic seminary. Plus it's in English, plus it's free. So I would encourage you all to join up. It's called the John the Martyr Islamic Seminary. After who? John, the slave of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. May God's peace and blessings be upon him, in honor of this great man. One of the classes that I teach there is called Islamic Culture. And in this class, I took about 3 or 4 sessions, if I'm not mistaken, perhaps more, talking all about the ways with which you are manipulated into changing your value systems. And it happens without you even knowing about it. It happens so slowly and in a manner that you find yourself like the boiling frog metaphor. Have you heard about that? Essentially, it's a metaphor. They say that if you have a pot of water that's boiling and you throw a frog in there, what's going to happen? The frog's going to attempt to jump right out because it's boiling water. It's going to boil to death. However, if you put the frog in lukewarm or room temperature water and you slowly bring the water to boil within, let's say, 20-30 minutes, the frog will never realize what's happening to it because the gradual change in temperature is so slow that by the time the frog realizes that this water is in fact so hot that it's about to boil, it's already too late. It boils to death. That, brothers and sisters, is what's happening to all of us. Our culture is being manipulated. Our values are being distorted. Our faith is being robbed in broad daylight, and we have no idea. And then we wonder why, when the 12th Imam reappears, there's going to be a group of people who consider themselves to be followers of the Imam, who consider themselves to be Shia, in the holy city of Kufa no less, who will tell him, "Ud ya ibn Fatima min haythu atayt." Go back, we don't need you. Our lives are good, comfortable, we figured it all out. We got it all figured out. Open your eyes. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, "Man nama lam yunam anhu." If you're dozing off, if you're sleeping, the enemy is working overtime. The enemy is designing new ways, new systems, new strategies to manipulate you and to take your values away from you. And that's what I want to talk about in the remainder of my time tonight. That these values were so